guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video I love doing that I have not done in a while, and that is all the books I have out on Kindle Unlimited. I always have 20 books out, and it's always really hard for me to return books, to check out new books, because I'm like, I want to read those so badly, so that like they're on my immediate TBR, even though I'm not going to get to them soon, because I'm not going to read 20 books soon, but I get so excited about books. I've also started using my Explore page a lot more on Instagram, and I have so many amazing looking romances that pop up there, so I do have some that I've literally downloaded just because of my Explore page on Instagram, but these are all books that I'm just really excited to read. They're all on KU. They are all books that looked good to me that I have checked out, so we will go ahead and chat all about them. If you did not know, Kindle Unlimited is a subscription service where it's basically like a library. If an author has their ebook in Kindle Unlimited, you can take it out for free, and you get up to 20 books that you take out at a time, and you can like return, check out, kind of like a library, but it's like $11, $12 a month, so really not bad. If you read at least like 2 books on there, it pays for itself. But we will go ahead and chat. So the first book I have, oh my gosh, these look so good. So I have a big variety between like contemporary, I have sci-fi, I have small town, I have Omegaverse, I have dark, I have just like everything. So the first one that we have is Sparks Still Fly by Christina Santos. I know for sure this is one that I saw on Instagram, and it is book 2 out of 3 in a series, and this one says that she is a Hollywood wannabe, and she didn't believe at love at first sight until this guy walked through the door, and before she can reveal her feelings, he gets stationed miles away on deployment. So they start a friendship over video calls, and then passion ignites and then crashes and burns. So they end up falling in love over long distance, and then it ends, and then 7 years later he comes back into her life. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I downloaded this because it's a second chance romance, and I'm already obsessed, so I'm very excited to try that out. We have Murder, She Sold, I cannot say that title, by Ray Riley. I have been eagerly anticipating this for a while, and it finally came out, and let me pull up. So this one has all the tropes on it. It's a murder mystery romance, which I think sounds super cute, like a little cozy romance mystery, and it's a debut romance, which also has me very excited. So it's small town, opposites attract, he falls first, third act kidnapping, murder mystery, open door romance, wine vibes, realtor jokes, meddlesome moms, and it sounds adorable. So obviously I need to read this. So hopefully I can get to this one soon, because I've been eyeing it for like a month now. I really want to read it. Then we have my sister's pick. So my sister does have one of my old Kindles and uses my Kindle Unlimited, and she gets 1 book out of the 20. So she actually just told me though that she read this and DNF'd it and rated it 3 stars. So it is The Crown of Oaths and Curses by J. Bree. She was not a fan. That was her book. She has not picked another one yet. She got bored. So she always reads romantasy. That's really her genre, and I get a lot of recs from her. Then we have Tell Me How You Hate Me by Callie Mel, which all I need to know is in the title. It is an enemies to lovers, brothers, best friend romance, and the cover obviously shows that it's figure skating. I am obsessed with this cover. I don't know why. I just am like, give me all of the ice skating vibes, and the fact that they're enemies to lovers. I love that. It's kind of giving From Luke Off with Love vibes. So I really hope I like this. I've had a few friends read it and they have enjoyed it, so hopefully I like that. And we have Bright Lights and Summer Nights by Kat Singleton. I did get a PR box for this, but I do enjoy, even if I have the paperback, I sometimes just like really like to read on my Kindle. I don't know if that's weird, but I find it so much easier, and then I can read it while I work out and while I'm traveling, and I just like having it on my Kindle. So I do have this one. It is her new release as well. I got a lot of new releases actually recently, because I'll see it and I'm like, oh, I want to download it or support the author in the Amazon charts, so I take out their Kindle Unlimited book. So this one is a fake dating billionaire sports romance, and I believe it has to do with like a country club, possibly, but I'm excited for another billionaire romance from Kat Singleton. She writes them so well, and I did enjoy the first book in the series, so I need to read this one. Okay, so the next one, actually this one and another one, it is like really raining outside, so hopefully you don't hear that. Calamity by Constance Faye. My friend Becca, she owns Hello Lovely Box. We were chatting at Book Bonanza, and she had recommended this book, and I was like, say no more. So it says Winter's Orbit meets Alana Andrews, and it's a enemies to lovers romance in space. I've been really into space romances. I'm reading Jennifer Shipman's one right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So this one says it's a captain of a ragtag mercenary ship is given an offer she can't refuse by the ruthless head of an intergalactic noble family. So she has to team up with his son to get her reward. So she has this like ramshackle spaceship, misfit crew, and a sexy new member, which is him. She was banished from the wealthy and dangerous 15 families and wants to keep her crew together. And it sounds like he's kind of like a mafia in the future. So it sounds really good. I'm excited. It came out in November, and I just love a really unique romance, so I'm gonna read it. Then we have Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. So this one I've been seeing around a lot, and the cover for sure sold me, and I've been seeing it everywhere. So I was like, I'm immediately downloading this as soon as it came out. I still haven't read it yet, which is sad, but let me go to her Instagram to see. Normally they have like good trope things. So this one is romantic suspense, which is a huge reason why I got this, because I love romantic suspense. Small town, witness protection has me written all over it. Hidden identity, found family, bourbon play, strangers to lovers. So this sounds literally so amazing. And I guess in Fiasco, Kentucky, where it takes place, the #1 rule is to never fall for a fox brother. Anyone who did ended up dead. I'm assuming that he has loved and lost before, and someone new in town he falls for, and she's obviously got like a secret. So very, very excited for that. And then the other one that Becca recommended to me is actually a Omegaverse, and we were talking about why she's romances, and I was like, I need more. So she had texted me earlier and then reminded me that she texted me about this, because I am so bad at getting books from recommendations from friends. But this is Dylan St. James Omega Concealed by Elizabeth Deer. It's a little confusing because there's 2 names on the cover, but this one is an Omegaverse. So by day, she works at a hardware store, and by night, she rescues Omegas who weren't born with the tools to fight the system like she did. And she falls for 3 men, and that's all I know. I am finding this hard to follow. So that's all I know. That's all we're gonna say. Then I do have God of War by Rena Kent out, because I loved God of Fury. God of Fury was a 4.5-star read for me. It was so good, and this one's Amnesia. So I've seen a lot of people reading it, and Rena Kent is hit or miss for me, but when she hits, she hits. So I really want to read this. And then I want to go back and read her Mulan retelling series, because Lacey really loved it. But this one, all I know is that I didn't know it was a marriage of convenience. It's a enemies to lovers marriage romance. I just know the Amnesia, and I love Amnesia, so I borrow it. I will borrow a book with one trope that I love, only knowing that trope. I will do that. Then we do have Ocean of Sin and Starlight by Rena Halley. I did get an ARC of this, but she sent ARCs I think like 1 or 2 days before release, and you can only read it through the BookFunnel app. Like she wouldn't let reviewers read it on their Kindle because she's had a lot of issues with piracy. So I went ahead and downloaded this once it released, because I did not read it only a day before release. And this one is a romantasy, and I did read the first book that I really, really loved. And so this one is not telling me anything about it. Okay, so Priest Pirate Monster. It's a morally gray pirates and monster sirens. It's a spin-off of A Ship of Bones and Teeth, which I think I gave 4 stars. I really liked it. And that's all I know. So she's a siren. He's part of a pirate crew. Would love to read this soon. Okay, so the next one is actually one that my Patreon, a patron was reading it, and I was like, stop, that sounds amazing. I'm literally taking it out of KU right now, and it's gonna ruin all my reading plans. It is Graves by Caitlin Taylor. This sounds so good. So this one says that he thought he'd gotten everything he could ever desire until he saw her, and she's too pure but all his. And I think that it's between 2 brothers. So he told his brother to look after her and protect her. He held his promise and then some. He never meant to kiss her or touch her. So I don't know if it's kind of going to be like Credence vibes, where it's like she kind of gets together with a bunch of people, but then, or 2, and then ends up with 1, or if it's actually going to be poly. It is number 15 in the polyamorous romance ebooks. So does she end up with both brothers? Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm excited to read this. Then this one I know Tori was talking about. It's Freefall by Catherine Nolan. It's an MM bodyguard romance. And bodyguard is another trope that I will be like, download now. So this one, I just love romantic suspense too. So one of them has been a protection agent for 15 years, and he's never wanted to break the rules and be attempted until now, and he has to protect him at all costs. And it has flirty banter, forced proximity, action-packed suspense. Hello, I love suspense. Super excited. Small town, and it's MM. So I really want to read that. I really want to read that. And then another romantic suspense is Broken Beginnings by Cleo Evans. I'm obsessed with this cover. Book 2's cover got released too, and it is a high heat, small town romance suspense is what the synopsis says. So this one is, she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. She saw a masked man murdering her neighbor, and she swore she would never go back. And she comes back, has not changed, including her high school bully. He's the last person she wants to see, but he wants to set things straight. And I'm assuming they're gonna have a romance, but then also things are gonna get a little scary. So very, very, very excited for that one. Then we have Yours Unexpectedly by Rachel Lewis, which is one that I actually downloaded because of Instagram. So this one actually has really good reviews, and it has witty banter, relatable characters, and spice. So she is in her final semester of college, and she's missing a fine arts credit. So she has to do introduction to acting, and it is TA'd by her brother's best friend and not so secret teenage crush. And so he is trying to have a Broadway career and hits rock bottom. So he goes to therapy, and he is running into his best friend's little sister, and they fall in love. So I don't super love college romances, but this looks too cute to not try. So we're gonna try this one. The next one, I'm so excited for it. This cover sold it for me. So this one is it's called Face Off by Chelsea Curto. It is a spicy rivals to lovers hockey romance, and it's a female and male hockey player facing off against each other. I love sports romances, but I really love when they're both athletes. So she has waited for a spot on the NHL roster since she became a professional hockey player, and she finally gets to showcase her talent with the DC Stars. He is the best player in the league, and he is team captain for that team. And after a night where the tension between them reaches a tipping point and they fall in bed together, they promise it's only one time, get it out of their system. She doesn't date hockey players, and now they are hooking up and tell their friends that it's only for the season. So this one sounds so good. So good. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I want to read this one out. I'm so excited for all these. Then we have Sinners Condemned, which is by Soam Sketcher, and this one so many people have told me I would love, and I believe that this is book 2 because people said they didn't like book 1, so I'm skipping book 1 and going straight to this one. All I know is that it's a mafia romance, and this one says it's enemies to lovers, so that's why I got it. The next one I got is because of Elsie Silver. So I got to see her in Cleveland for a book signing for her tour for Wild Love. So I saw her a while ago for that, like a couple months ago, and she said she was reading Naomi Loud, and she said it was very angsty, and so I got Was I Ever Here out from KU because Elsie Silver loved it. And so that's why I have it out, and it sounds so good, and that's all I want to know about the book, so I'm not going to say any more, but very excited. I also have P.S. You're Intolerable by Julia Wolf. This is another one from my patrons that they said they really love this. So this one, I always look at the synopsis. I believe she gets pregnant and she works for him, and the only thing he asks is like, well, so when are you coming to work after you have your baby? He actually comes to her rescue because she needs a place to stay with her daughter after she's born. So it's a grumpy sunshine, curvy FMC, close proximity single mother boss assistant. I've heard really good things about Julia Wolf. I would love to try her out, so that's why I have this one out. And we have 2 more, and they're 2 that have been on my KU for a long time. So we have Obsession Falls, which is a small town romance that's romantic suspense. This is Claire Kingsley. I really like Claire Kingsley. I feel like I would be obsessed with her books. I just have not had time to read a lot of them. So I've read some Bailey Brothers and I really like them. I haven't yet read the Miles Brothers series. I believe that's what it was. But this is her new series and I'm itching to read them, so I really want to. Hopefully I can. And then the last one. I need to read this book. I'm like being so annoying that I haven't read it yet. It is When It Ends by Penelope Black. This is a apocalyptic book and it's Why Choose, which is like, sounds amazing. It means it's currently during the apocalypse and she ends up with a bunch of guys. And like, you mix my 2 favorite things. Like, why have I not read this yet? The Praying for Rain series by B.B. Easton is one of my like absolute favorites, and that's during the apocalypse too. I just love that background and like setting of a book, so I don't know why I haven't read this. I got the special edition of it at Chicago last May or April. So I've had this on my KU for almost a year and I still haven't read it. It is long, which is why I have not read it yet, but I should do a video going like backwards on my KU and reading my oldest Kindle Unlimited books. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe I'll do that. So the 3 books I would read would be Penelope Black, Claire Kingsley and Julia Wolf, who have been on this list for probably a year. So we'll see if I get to those, but those are the 20 books I have out on Kindle Unlimited. Definitely let me know what you have out and what I should read first. Should I start at the end? Should I read the oldest 3 first? Should I read what I'm most excited about, what I've added to the newest? There's just so many that I like see so many people talk about or just have so many buzzwords for me and I get so excited, but I haven't read them yet. So let me know what I should be reading and what you have out on KU. I would love to hear, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.